Good YouTube, what's good people? What's going on? How is everybody doing? How everybody doing out there? This is boy Harlem and I'm back with another video. So on today's video, I just wanna share something important, right? So this will be something that I always do on the charts, how I look for entries, how I confirm my entries, and how I base my entries based off of how the market has been moving or how the market is reacting, right? So today's video, I wanna share how I trade breakouts or how many breakouts I consider trading in the forex markets, right? So right here, right, it's obviously financial advice, but financial disclaimer, this ain't financial advice. Everything I say you do, it's entirely based off my own experience, in my own opinions. It might happen, it might not happen. What we can manage to do is just stick to what we always do, work on what we have and build from what we have and what we see and what market is showing us. So breakouts. I want to talk about breakouts, right? We have, okay, I trade three different types of breakouts. There are so many breakouts out there. I don't even know the names to some, but I trade three, right? Mainly being break and retest. It's even a strategy to some traders out there. Okay, it's break and retest, impulsive breakout. And we have the third one, which is breakout and break back in, right? Break and retest, impulsive breakout and break back in. So now I want y'all to learn something, right? Let's just say we're having some sort of resistance and we're having some sort of support, right? So now I want to break down the break and retest one. So price is bullish above support, price is bearish below resistance, price is bullish above support, price is bearish above resistance, price is bullish above support, price is bearish below resistance, right? Until price does what? Price has a breakout to the downside, right? So from price holding support, from price holding resistance and price holding support, price chose to break below of our what? Of our support, right? Okay, someone was calling me, sorry about that. So from price holding support, holding resistance and holding support and closing below of our what? Of our support, right? The only thing that you need to focus on once price closes below our support, right? We know that like price has been trading above support and price has been trading below resistance until price is trading what? Below of our support, right? Meaning we're having some sort of what? A new direction or a new movement, right? So obviously with a breakout and a retest, once price has a breakout, boom, you need to wait for what? For price to retest right there, right? And once price gets to the zone or once price gets to our support below of it and gives us signs that we are failing to continue bullish above support or to break in again, once you find the momentum that you're looking for, or once you find confirmations that price is really failing to do what, is really failing to close above or to close inside our support again, once you find the momentum that you're looking for, look for continuations to the downside. But it depends on how people treat this, right? Because remember that always remember that obviously price was holding what? Support and resistance, right? Until he had price closing below, creating some sort of what? Some sort of lower low, new lower low, right? So obviously from price creating some sort of new lower low and coming back for a retest right there and giving us signs that we are failing to continue to the upside. The only thing that you need to look for is once price trades below the previous lower low, or once price breaks the lower low, you need to look for what? For continuations to the downside, anticipating that obviously from price having a support and resistance, from price trading support and resistance and price closing below support, price coming back on our resistance, price coming back on our support and giving us signs that we are failing to continue to the upside, right? And once price gives us what? A close below of our previous lower low, which price created or once or price printed out, you need to look for what? For continuations to the downside, anticipating that obviously from price being bullish, from price moving at support and price trading support and resistance, we now find a new confirmation, or price did what? Price did something different from what we was looking for. Let me explain on our resistance, right? When price is holding what? When price is now trading on resistance until we had what? Price breaking out, right? Same thing with support, but now we above, or now we bullish. Obviously, with price trading on support, right? With price trading on support and resistance until price closes above our what? Our support, our resistance, right? Anticipating that from price holding support and resistance, price chose to close above our zone, right? Meaning that obviously from this sideways movement, from this movement, price is giving us a new confirmation or a new anticipation of what price might be doing. You follow me? So obviously, when price is holding support and when price is holding this zone and price closes above, right? The only thing that you need to look for once price prints out a higher high, right? And price does what? And price pulls back, comes back for a retest, giving us signs that we are failing to continue to the upside, and price continuing to the upside, creating that what? That new higher high above the previous higher high. Obviously, you need to look forward. You need to look forward for a continuation to the upside, because remember, price hit a breakout and price hit a higher high. Price came back for a retest, giving us signs that we are failing to continue to the upside, and price at the close above of our what? Of our previous high. We need to anticipate what? A higher high, higher low market structure or market behavior, right? This is for a bullish structure. This is for a bullish side. And the one which prints out lower lows, it's for a bearish side, right? So let me have another example, right? This is how you trade break and retest, people. This is how you trade break and retest. This is how you trade breakout and retest, people. This is how you trade breakout and retest. Now I wanna show y'all how to trade an impulsive breakout. Now I wanna show y'all how to trade an impulsive breakout. Let's remember once again, right? Price has been moving sideways, right? Until price has has an impulsive breakout above, until price has a close above, right? Of our what? Of our support zone, of our resistance, right? The only thing that you need to remember that how the candlestick closed above, right? If the candlestick closed with a impulsive candlestick or a bullish engulfing candlestick, always remember that there's a possibility of price continuing to the upside, right? Because price was holding what? Price was holding support and resistance. Price was holding support and resistance, right? Until price hit a what? Had a impulsive candlestick close above of our what? Of our resistance. Always remember that. With that said, there's a possibility of price continuing to the upside based on what? Based on price holding support and resistance and having an impulsive candlestick or a bullish engulfing candlestick closing above our resistance, anticipation of what? A new direction, right? Same thing with what? With a close below. Price is holding support and resistance until price does what? Until price impulsively closes up, until price impulsively closes below of our support zone with a bear engulfing candlestick. Always remember that with price breaking out impulsively from our support, there's a possibility that price will continue with what? With the bear movement to the downside, because price has been trading support and resistance until price did what? Impulsively closed below of our what? Of our support with a bear engulfing candlestick. There's a possibility that price will continue moving to the downside. So This one is an impulsive breakout. Impulsive breakouts are based on candlestick, how a candlestick closed, how a candlestick moved, or how a candlestick reacted from a certain zone, closing above or closing below. It will entirely confirm that what price will continue moving to the upside. This is the last one. The last one, we're having what? Breakout and break back in. Price is holding support, right? Price is holding resistance, coming to support. From support, going to resistance. From resistance, coming back to support. From support, going to resistance, right? Until price what does what? Until price has a breakout. So from price breaking out, we obviously know that there's a confirmation of what? Of price having a possibility of continuing to the upside, because obviously price has been holding support and resistance until we had a close above. We anticipate what? A continuation to the upside. But in this instance, price does what? Price breaks out, right? Price has a breakout, and then price impulsively breaks back in of our support. So this confirms that the momentum that the bulls gave the charts to break out of the zone, right? And the momentum that we had of price impulsively breaking back in of our zone. Those confirms that the bulls had momentum, but the bulls lost the momentum, anticipating that what? The bears are still in charge of the charts, or the bears are still holding the what? The charts. So obviously, from price having a breakout and a break back in, we need to wait for what? We need to wait for price to come back to our resistance to confirm that is price really having a what? A breakout and a retest inside of our zone to go to the outside again, or is price giving us a confirmation that obviously with this breakout and this break back in, price is trying to retest below to confirm that with the breakout we had and the break back in we had, the bulls didn't have the momentum, the bears are still holding the charts, and we look forward for price to move to the downside, right, people? Let me explain this once again. Let me explain this once again, right? So price is holding support and resistance, right? Until price has a breakout. So from price holding support and resistance and price breaking out to the upside, right? We obviously note that we now have a what? A change in direction, but only to find that price does what? Price breaks back in of our resistance or our zone, confirming that from breaking out and breaking back in, the bulls didn't have the momentum that they had. The bears are still having the momentum. But the confirmation that we have to look for, it's once price comes back to the support, to the resistance zone, and confirm that we are failing to continue to the upside with the momentum that the bulls gave us, and we look forward for a reversal to the downside, right? Same thing with price holding support and holding resistance, right? Until price what does what? Until price closes below, right? So obviously with price breaking bearish or price closing below of our support, we obviously know that the possibility of price continuing to the upside is very high, right? Because we don't know that price will break back in at that moment, right? Until price does what? Until price breaks back in. So from price breaking out of our support and price breaking in of our support, the only thing that we need to look for is once price comes back to our support and giving us confirmations that we are failing to continue or to break bearish, we need to look forward for the bear depletion and the bullish momentum and look for a reversal to the upside, right, people? So I won't have examples on the on candlesticks or on zones that I did look for, but the only thing that I need you guys to focus on, it's once we have a breakout, we need to wait for price to have a retest on a break and retest price action. On a pulsive breakout, always remember that with the close above or the close below, with the bullish or a bearish engulfing candlestick, always remember that price will probably continue to the upside based on where price broke out of, right? If price breaks out of a certain zone and breaks back in of a certain zone, always remember or always wait for price to give you a confirmation once it trades on that very same zone. Are we going to break out again, or are we going to fail to break and look for the depletion in the momentum and look for a reversal either to the upside nor to the downside? You feel me, people? So people, this is your boy Harlem. This is your boy Harlem. I didn't want to make this video be too long. I didn't want to make y'all be a bit complicated, or I didn't want to make y'all look for so much things that you might not find, right? I just want to keep trading simple, make sure that y'all understand what I'm trying to share and give y'all game. This is your boy Harlem. That's all I got. That's all I